Sun's rising this morning. Some of these beautiful lakes here at Chain Lake City. Kind of give you a little tour of the city as we're moving toward our live and our destination today and what we got going on. So I was teasing yesterday on the live that we're going fishing this morning. And we're going fishing, doing a, hey buddy, what's happening? Guessing you're going to school. Have a good day. Good morning. Yep, I'm heading over there, TJ. We're going fishing. So I was teasing yesterday on my live that we're doing a type of fishing. And that's what I'm taking to fish with. And you'll be interesting. Chris Turner, good morning, sir. You'll be interesting to see this kind of fishing and what we're doing. So let me give you this is a little tour coming into our city of Winter Haven. This is where I retired from for 23 years. And Winter Haven's called the Chain Lake City. We have just a ton of lakes, and I'm gonna do probably a little segment on it to kind of give you an idea of the city that I worked around. It's pretty cool. But so we have, and I forget how many lakes it is. I think it's 30 something like that. But so we have a lot of bridges and canals that link all these lakes together. And the backstory is, when I was on the boat, I was trying to get hold of one of these, and I kept trying to order it, and just we're having problems getting it so I could do this type of fishing. And I'm gonna save it till I get over here. But it took me a long time, but finally on my way back I was able to track down, get one and get it sent to Mountain Man Jim Reddick's house. Excuse me. And then of course I had it, and me and my grandsons went out yesterday just to sort of play around, and we did catch something. And then we're gonna do this morning, we're gonna go try this morning. Now the kind of things that we're gonna catch are gonna be very interesting. Anybody figured out yet, or from the live, what type of fishing it is? Good morning, Richard. I know yesterday I was asking a question, nobody figured it out. So that is a cue as to what it could be. But I'm caught in traffic here. I hadn't been caught in traffic in a while. This area is called Cypress Gardens Boulevard. Some of you may have no, not Alligator, getting close though. Cypress Gardens Boulevard, we used to have Cypress Gardens here, which is now Legoland, and it's down this major boulevard here. It's that way, but I try to avoid this one. Chris Turner got it. Magnet fishing, he got it. But I try to avoid this area as much as possible, and since I've been retired, I don't come into town very much. So that's what it is, Chris. Magnet fishing. So basically, magnet fishing is this big magnet I got, and I originally had the idea when I was in North Carolina. I ran across some guys that were magnet fishing, and I got to thinking, I was like, man, how cool would that be to get one of them setups, and then when I'm on the boat, each time that I go stop, I stop at a dock somewhere, I could magnet fish, and there's just all kind of crazy stuff. And I watched a few videos, and it's really crazy, like all the stuff they find. So the reason that I'm going to this particular spot that I'm heading to today is it's a little rougher part of town. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's our rougher, one of two sections in town that's a little rougher. And this bridge, so for instance, I could ride around the city and tell you stories, but this building right here, I worked a case when I was working as a police officer where a prostitute jumped out of that second story window right there when a guy was trying to kill her with a hammer. So FYI, this is the kind of area I made. We had fires on this road, a big drug bust right down that street, but it used to be a house right here. That's a new one right there, that green one. That burned down. A lot of stories of fires and stuff that I had in this city. Plan on a couple videos around that. But anyways, this bridge right here, I suspect, and I'm looking for it, this connects Lake May and Lake Ship together. And I expect that we will find, are looking to find a gun here. This area is, let me turn in here. This area connects these two lakes, and there's a canal here. And I just kind of think that if we were going to find a gun, this of two bridges, one of two bridges, would be where these guns would be. So I've seen on some of the magnet fishing people finding guns. We're going to have a little traffic now, a little traffic noise for a minute. Let me set this up. I got somebody here fishing with me this morning, Lieutenant Bennett, but hang on one second. I found out that you definitely need gloves because of all the crap. Let me introduce Lieutenant Bennett right here right quick. He's Lieutenant, you'll see his name. Is it Joel Bennett on YouTube? All right. That's his real name, Joel Bennett. I call him Lieutenant Bennett. He was the firearms lieutenant at the police department for many years. So he's one that always gave me the, nope, you didn't pass. Nope, you didn't pass on the... It was a difficult So we, you know, every year we had to go and do firearms training and get recertified. And he, for many years, that's what he did. But y'all to see him on Kayak 7C says good morning. Y'all to see him, I was talking to him and he wanted to come out, or I offered him to come out, let's do this. And he worked for the police department how many years? 36 years. So we expect if we find a gun, we'll have to call because it was probably used in some crime. And we'll call the police department if we do find that. But he was telling me a story, and I know we got some road noise, but y'all found a bunch of, when they were doing the dredging, what was it, mailboxes?
Oh, yeah, paper racks.
Yeah, all the paper racks. Y'all, some of y'all older might remember the paper racks.
Yeah, they had to put a quarter in to get your paper. Well,
yeah,
people would steal the paper rack for $10. And
yeah,
really wasn't worth it.
Yeah, so they'd commit a felony because they'd steal that paper rack, and because it was valued at more than 300 bucks. Just take a little bit of change out of it and then throw it in here. I guess boats were hitting it because there was so many of them in here. But we're going to walk up here. It's going to be a little road noise for a minute. And then we'll get up there probably maybe a little less when we get under the bridge. Let me turn the camera around. Now, I was telling you, this section of town, this is not the best section of town, I was telling them. So that we might get propositioned while we're down here. I was telling them the story about, remember that two-story building up here on the end where the girl, prostitute, jumped out of the second story? The guy was beating her with a hammer, trying to kill her. This road right here, when I worked patrol, was one of my favorite roads to work as far as catching drugs or any craziness. This is a road that heads to the southwest section of town, which is not the best in the world. But do you remember how many lakes are in the chain of lakes city? I thought it was 30 something, 32. I could be wrong.
It's called the City of 100 Lakes, but there's not 100 on the chain. There's like ponds that are attached to it. So actual lakes that you can get to by boat, I think are 27.
27? Okay. Somebody left some freaking trash. All right, so we're going to start on this side first, just probably because it's going to be a little less noise. And I've got to find a place to set my camera. But so if we find a firearm, I would guess it would be on the other side. And the reason I'm guessing that is if you're leaving our city and you had a gun, you committed a crime, you were trying to get away, you were probably driving that way and you chunked it out on the right side. That's would be my thought. But this is kind of cool because it's fairly small. So if we're going to see something, we'll see it. So what I'm going to do is, and I should have brought my, didn't think about that. Well, actually, I got something here. Let's see. I've done this before. All right, let me get set up, guys. So the magnet fishing comes basically, this whole kit, and I'm going to show it and probably link it online, is you have a magnet that comes with it. And I think this is a 200-pound magnet. I can already see I'm going to get that 500. But it's actually pretty strong, and it comes with rope. And then it also comes with this little gaff hook here. Comes with that. And then I would think out here, you wouldn't want to use this too much because you'll get hung up pretty quickly. So,
Or if the magnet detects something we can't pick up, that'd be perfect.
That's right. All right, let me hook you on here and see if this will hold. If not, I'll have to go get my tripod. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. So basically, we do, and just exactly what LT's doing. You got to get your line straightened out first, and then these are nice clothes here. Get your line straightened out first and prepped up, and then start. What I found is you want to throw in a pattern, just as if. Let me turn this around. You want to throw it in a pattern, just as if you were dragging for something, so like lines, so you don't miss. So start out in an area and then drag. That's what we realized yesterday. And I'm no expert magnet fisherman, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think it'll be something really cool to add in to whenever I'm on the boat trip. Each time I stop at a marina or at a place, I can deploy the magnet and see what we find. But so all right, we're going to get to it, get to working. Let's see what we can come up with. I'll be able to answer comments later. Let me get going. Good morning to everybody that's here. Those are just coming in. We're getting ready to do a little magnet fishing.
All right. Tie that off to your net.
Just like you have whenever you throw in your net, you want to have it attached. I think you could bring like something driving the ground to connect that to. Oh yeah. Then it would be less of you trying to. I know when you feel it when you get something. Just weeds. All right, so you never know what we're gonna get. You want me to hold that, or you want it?
Yeah.
All right. All right, for those just coming in later, we're magnet fishing. New thing I'd seen online. Figured I'd order one for when I'm on the boat and I'm at marinas or public docks or whatever. Use this thing. And yesterday, me and my grandsons went and we found a copper 8-foot quarter or half-inch rod that you use whenever you're grounding your electrical. That thing's worth probably 15 or 20 bucks. We found some hooks, obviously, some stainless steel, good, regular hooks that were good hooks. Which I wonder why that stainless steel hook hooked to that magnet. That shouldn't have.
Should have been
It
more
did.
steel in it than it was.
But the thing is, and I got it, we found this hook yesterday. That's just what I'm thinking about it. It shouldn't have, must not have been stainless, obviously. Oh, come on out of there. Kind of hard with the gloves. But found that hook yesterday. What'd you get?
That one was
Look at that. Just found, see that? What kind of hooks are they then?
well, they've got more steel in them.
They
than
must-
stainless. There's enough nickel in there
Yeah.
to keep it from rusting.
Now those are good hooks right there.
They're still usable.
That's right. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm keeping them so that whenever I go fishing, I can say we stainless steel. We caught these hooks while fishing. Good morning, Jay Hen. Let's see, DA. Not stainless, they're nickel. Okay, makes sense. Kayak 7C's been wanting to try this for a minute. Yep, I think it's a cool deal to get you one. They're only the kits are only like 40 bucks or something like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and my car. I am south. We're south of Haines City in Winter Haven. This is Lake Ship under here, and that's Lake May. This is the canal between the two. We are going to be. We do plan on doing. I'm not sure if we're going to do today or not, but we definitely got one bridge up that way that we want to do for sure. That's probably a good chance for a weapon. Nothing there. So
Empty hook.
empty hook. Jay Hen, thank you so much for that super chat, buddy. Oh man, that was a good one right there. That was right on the edge. Thank you so much, Jay Hen, and Jay Hen has been a great supporter of this channel. He's always super chatting, always.
See him on there quite a bit.
Yep. So the other thing that we're doing, which is cool about this, is you are cleaning up. Basically, you're cleaning the bottom of stuff. That yesterday we pulled out quite a bit of metal, so it's kind of a win-win here. This is a pretty cool deal. So and I won't live stream all of them. I'm gonna do a few of these. I'll live stream, but then I'll make sure I have my camera obviously going, because you never know what you're gonna pull up while doing this. I wouldn't want to miss an opportunity of like finding a gun or a knife, because you got to think, if you found a knife in here, something's up. Because why is a good knife in the water? It wouldn't be. So you got to think about that. The cool thing about magnet fishing that we talked about, yeah, Get Smart says y'all solving crimes. You get a gun, turn it into police. Absolutely. That's why you just came in, Lieutenant Bennett. He was a lieutenant at the police department for 36 years. And I was at the same department for 15 years. So that is absolutely what we're going to do. If we find any guns, any knives, that's what I'm talking about, is why would it be in here? Now, you might find a knife, like say at a boat ramp, that maybe someone was cutting something, and you might not expect that to have been used, especially right at the boat ramp. But if you find a knife or a gun at a bridge, you can almost be sure it was used in some type of crime. And being in law enforcement in the past, we would definitely want to help solve a crime like that if we could. But yeah, this city, or this bridge I'm standing at here that we're doing this, I worked in this city for many years. I've crossed this city in the fire truck, police car many times. More, if I had $1 for each time I crossed, I'd be rich for sure. Running, chasing people over this bridge, fires all over behind me. Like, I can just tell you story after story. Yeah, if you had a knife, like say someone, if it was right at the bridge, it could be possible someone dropped it. They were, doing something. You got something?
Might be a rock.
And what we learned a little bit about magnet fishing is, if you're feeling like you got something, you got to be careful because you'll pull it off. You don't want to pull it off, but something there, huh? It could be buried, partially buried, and it ain't gonna pull it loose. That's where I say I think I need a 500-pound magnet or an 800-pound. Yeah. They call that I think a 200. I don't believe it, but you can feel it. It's kind of interesting when you're doing this. You can sort of feel when you got something tugging against you, almost like fishing. I guess whoever come up with this term was real appropriate. And you can feel that's what he's doing, is he's feeling there's something there. If it's not strong enough, it won't pull it up.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's attaching to it. It just feels like it's dragging by it.
Could be. Could be. Could just be a rock. I know, like yesterday, I could feel the end of the boat ramp each time I got to it. It had to come up over it. Well, I don't know what that is.
I think if it was a metallic object, the magnet would want to stick it, even though it might be too heavy for it. It still wants to stick.
Yeah, yeah. So you're not feeling the sticking then.
It is rubbing across.
For those that come in late, this is, let me turn the camera around. This is Lieutenant Bennett. He's worked for the police department for many years. He's been a subscriber for a while, actually a Mud Club member. He lives right here in the same city. Obviously, I know him very well. And he came out today. He was the armorer. Let me see, that actually called that, what did they call it? You worked at, you're the armorer, but my mind's going away.
For the link.
Yeah. Gun handler.
Yeah, armor. But didn't really have a fancy
Yeah. Yeah. Just ordered a kit, Slim Stan. All right. Been wanting to try this for a long time. Plus, I've dropped many a tools. Yep. Let's see, many a tools at the end of my dock over the years. Yes. Yeah, even this season, this thing would have paid for itself already with what's gone over in the drink from Good Times already. It's kind of hard to hold this camera. Let me turn this thing back around. So what little bit I know about, and I don't claim to be an expert, but you try to draw lines in the water with it so that you don't miss something, and you try to throw those lines and keep dragging back like a grid, and you'll know when you get something. You feel it like pretty quickly. You'll know it, and then you slow down if you find something, and then just let it drag it up.
Real rocky.
Rocky? Yeah, I would think. You over the years they've done, this stuff has been added on, and let me see, they did redo this bridge whenever they did the bridges. So, but also we have something called the Canal Commission, and they're actually working right over there. We were just talking this morning at breakfast about trying to get to do that bridge before they get here or get into the canal, because obviously if there's something right at the surface, you would miss it, the opportunity. So, all right, I'm gonna set the camera up. Just kind of watch for a little bit. Let's see if we get anything, and then we're gonna pretty quickly move to that other side, because matter of fact, let me go over there and look while I think that other side's gonna be our best chance of getting something. Let me set this down. Let me spot and see how much room we got to get over there. This is a busy road coming in and out of town. So I do know at any rule you have 15 feet of land that's owned by the right of way to the city. So we'd be good for coming down here. Fish jumping off this morning. We'll come over here and work this side. This goes to Lake May. It is really looking pretty. The reason that this looks open here is we had a fire here, and the fire started under the house. Pretty suspicious, but couldn't prove anything. If it ended up being anything bad, couldn't prove it, but that was a big fire. I'm gonna try to do a drive-through one day, show you some of the fires that we had in the city, but with pictures, because I have a lot of those pictures. I'll do this without getting run over. Oh, baby raccoon didn't make it. A mid-teenager, I'd say. Them teenagers. Yeah. All right, let's see, we got something here. The other side's nice and clean. Well, look at there. How cool is that? Where was it?
Right there. When I drug over it, I could feel it, and then it felt like it came off. So I went back 2 more times.
All right, guys, that's what we were. Now, one could say that's a fishing knife.
You could say.
Right at a bridge. But we're gonna do the safe thing and call this one in.
It hadn't been there that long.
Nope. What we're gonna do is I got some resources at the police department. I'll tell you what we're gonna do, but we're gonna call this one in. Yeah, I wouldn't wipe too much.
Nice Gerber.
It's a good knife, but so we both have gloves on, but you just never know. What was that used in? A knife like that right at the bridge. The problem is, if it's not considered evidence, we should be able to get it back. So let's put that down and just see whatever else is here. I wonder who is over detectives now. What?
Jose Sanchez.
Oh, is he?
Is he, or I know Mitch Meadows is the captain of the division. That one being so close to the edge here, it might have just been
Fall over.
a fish and drop it.
All right, guys, what do y'all think? We're gonna make a call on this. So he is saying this one was right here, right over the edge. There's a very good chance that was just fell over. Although we know a couple people working at the that works at the police department. Let me set this down for a second. So yeah, that's you never know. You never know. Any guns we find, we're definitely calling. We're definitely calling on guns, but that could have been just a fall over. Let me make some phone calls right quick. See if I can determine who's working. Maybe to find out, because like you said, that ain't been there that long. If they've had anything recent, yeah, they would recognize it. Uh, 5858, ain't it? Ain't that 291-5858 is, huh?
291
5858.
That's gonna give you the main.
Yep. Let's see if I can determine who's working. Hey, good morning. Who is working the sergeant in detective division? Yeah. All right, we're gonna catch a boat. I'm like you, LT. I don't think. I'm gonna say not. It was so close.
Right in the center.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning.
How are y'all?
You want to try the other side? All right. Let's take this to the other side. It's in our box. This one's a little vague. If this was a gun, we'd definitely call, but I'm kind of like with LT. Because it was found right there at the edge, he said, chances are it's just a regular fall over, which is a good find. It's a good find.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on this other side. Like I said, if we find a gun, we're definitely calling that in. Just a knife, fishing, what could easily be a fishing knife. Someone set it up on that edge and it went right over the drink. A lot cleaner over here. Baby raccoon didn't make it.
Let's chill. Sleeping?
No, you're not sleeping. Yeah, this is a Chain of Lake City, people. There's some beautiful area. Many people come here. I'm probably going to be offering that for too much longer. Been thinking about it, so let's put this up here. Try to keep this one from going in. Let me check the live for you, make sure I can see it.
Keep chunking.
All right, I'll do a little. Well, if anybody in the room comes in, Kayak 7Cs, mention what we're doing if they asking the question. Can't see the comment. Oh yeah.
There's rain in there.
Well, it says bird because you were thinking that something will fall over. You knew right away today? Then you just move around and just drop it in. Or move to it if you think you got something.
And you could have another line with that grapple on it.
Right. I just got to get a line. I'm going to go by the main loads and get the
Camera
cord.
follow. All the box good. I was thinking if we had a magnet or a paper. Be able to hear.
Yeah, you're. I'm gonna work on ideas. Sure. That's almost like a rod where you can get it out and pick it straight up. You know what I mean? Where you wouldn't lose it. Some other options.
Even like mooring. black.
No, I caught some.
Can't get the bottom because it's flat, right?
Yeah. Bank fishing. There's a little hole out there. Me, that's not what we're gotta have room to get over. So this is these good areas. So actually, if we were gonna find a gun, I would think it'd be right about from that line over. If someone chucked it coming off. I know fire department for a long time now did all the driving. But not. Didn't let the equipment go bad. Let me hit a couple comments while he's come on mallard duck coming for a free breakfast. Courtney Steen, can't believe you found a knife. I know, right? That's pretty cool. Yep. Alrighty then, James Ajak, what's up? Turn my volume now. Hear mine. So I'm not gonna let this go too long, and the reason is when people see the streams and they're like an hour and a half, they won't watch it because they seem too long. We're gonna magnet fish. I'm gonna let it go about another 10 minutes here, and then I'm gonna end it up. If we get anything, I'll do a recap live later and show the video of it. I'll definitely be videoing it. But yeah, we're out doing the dash. This is a pretty cool thing to get. Whatever city you live in, I'm sure you got lakes and ponds and rivers. I'll link later in the description where I got mine from. Just got it off Amazon. But if you want to check it out, it's like he's intent, like he's got something. We have a grapple hook too in here. So if we don't get, if we got something on the magnet but we can't quite get it up, here's a knife we found. It's a nice Gerber. We got a hook, grappling hook. If we can't pull it up with the magnet, we'll pull it up with that.
I had something, but I was wrong. It's just the bottom feels, when you start dragging it, feels a little bit different, so you think there's something more there.
I think as we get towards this edge, there's let me throw it a couple times. I think there's rocks, and we're filled with rocks when we get up there.
Or go swimming.
I'm thinking about put one of these on the backside of the boat. There's something there that's dragging on this metal, but it's not heavy enough to pick it up. Yeah. That's the deal. That shit we'll let it through for the live.
It's kind of like crab fishing whenever you got your mullet head tied on there and you're pulling along, just keeping him from coming off, just happy enough to be able to eat, and you get at him.
Yeah, he just feels like tied and
Right, yeah.
feel like something on his ground.
Got some rats.
All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap up the stream, but this is what we got today. A nice little Gerber. Pretty cool. We're gonna finish up here and then go around the corner. LT, you want to go up Lucerne?
Yeah.
We're gonna go up to the next one spot that works good too. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, get some oil on it. That's a nice knife. Got a little junk in there, but I'll clean it up. We're gonna go up here to another spot that's very likely to have a gun. If something happens, I'll go back to live streaming so y'all can see it live. But yeah, magnet fishing. It's the new thing. Seem to be more lucky with the magnet fishing than the regular fishing. All right, guys. Thanks for y'all coming along. I think I'm gonna switch up to. Let me do some checking. I'll mention that kayak if I forget. I'm gonna do a little bit more research. I think multiple magnets are actually good. I think what you need is like something like this lightweight one, because I can tell you, if you're throwing this like many times, you don't want to get too much more heavy than this, and but you do need a bigger one if you feel like you got something good. So optimally, you can get one of these kits. I want to say, I just don't want to say the wrong. I think it's either 200 or 500, whatever it was. It's not exactly. It won't hold that amount like a lot of things. What things say, it doesn't actually hold it. But I'm gonna do a little research, and then I'll do a vid on like very soon, like on my next lives doing this, about what combination I think you need. So before you go buy one, and or what at least single one you need. I want to see. I'm gonna order one, but it doesn't look heavy, but it is pretty heavy. And if you're talking about throwing it, like this is about as far as you can throw from side to side. You could throw harder, but that's about what you're going to throw, because of the weight. It's pretty heavy. So if you had something too much bigger, you'd have a problem. But I'll talk more about it. Then we'll do a little more research before I talk about it, and then we'll go from there. But all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.